Hello everybody, it's Tia, and I'm back to bring you another video clip. I actually got this one from Good Morning America. As you'll probably know, is when you see the two people that are the anchors. This clip is kind of disturbing. It's about a 911 operator that was asleep when a lady was calling for help for her husband. Her husband was choking and she called 911, and when they got to the first dispatcher, the dispatcher was snoring. She was saying hello and he was still snoring, so the other person got online and tried to get her to another dispatcher, which was able to help her. All the while the other dispatcher, the first one, was still snoring through the whole call. Eventually he does wake up and asks for her address. Now, supposedly this dispatcher has been a dispatcher, and they said fireman, I believe, for many, many years. So he's a veteran. He's not new to this. And he was also on a 24-hour post that he was doing. He was 17 hours in on a 24-hour job posting that he was doing, which I feel is way too long. They say that that's governed and that's normal in certain places where they do have dispatchers, but I'm gonna tell y'all this: I don't think that they should ever have nobody on no job for no 24 hours. Even if they do give you breaks to sleep, they say they're supposed to give them breaks to sleep so that when they're working and actually on the air or waiting for people to call, they're alert and awake and ready to help them. But I don't think that you should even do no job for 24 hours. I feel like he was wrong to fall asleep, but there should be somebody else that's close to him, a manager or something, and if that happens, get him off immediately, let him sleep, let him go home, something. Don't let him sit there and fall asleep, and then when somebody is connected to him or her, they can't help them because they're asleep. That was the wrong thing. So that's my personal feeling on it. I feel like they should never have those hours set for dispatchers, and if you see somebody sleeping, if they've been on the job for 12 hours, make sure they're in a position where they're not sleeping, and when a person calls for help like that, that they're vulnerable and have to get somebody else because the other person cannot help them. That's my feelings and opinions on that. They did suspend this gentleman with pay, and of course they withheld his name, so we don't know who he is. But I'm dying to know what y'all think about this. Please send your comments below. You think that he should have been fired? Do you agree to him being suspended with pay? Do you think that something else should have been in place so that he shouldn't have fell asleep in the first place? Let me know what you think, okay? Clip's going to start in just a minute. So don't forget to comment, rate, and if you're not a subscriber, then please subscribe to my channel, okay? Everybody, clip's going to start in just a minute. Watch it. Let me know what you think. And I hope to see you in the next video. Y'all have a good evening. Take care. And again, hope to see you in the next video, alright? Take care. Bye-bye.
Now to the last thing you want to hear when you call 911. Someone snoring on the other end. And that's what happened when one woman called for help for her husband and got the sound of an operator sleeping on the job. ABC's Paula Ferris is here with these details. Good morning, Paula.
Definitely not this dispatcher's finest moment, Robin. Good morning to you. This was an experienced firefighter and emergency dispatcher in Maryland, and this morning he's been suspended with pay for doing the unthinkable. A Maryland woman frantically calls 911 and hears this. On the other end of the line, the dispatcher apparently asleep and snoring on the job. It was a life-and-death situation, the woman's husband choking and turning blue, but no response from the dispatcher.
Hello?
A seeming eternity, a full 38 seconds pass before the operator jumps back on.
Hold on 1 second, man. Let me try and get them on the line again.
Finally, a second dispatcher jumps in.
Can you tilt this head back?
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Okay, ma'am.
He stopped breathing for a little while.
Yet throughout that call, snores from that sleeping dispatcher continue, growing louder and louder.
Yes.
Officials say that dispatcher, whose identity has not been disclosed, was on hour 17 of a 24-hour shift.
Someone who's been awake for an extended period of time is operating as though they were intoxicated by alcohol.
The Montgomery County Fire Department claims this was an isolated incident, but it's happened in other 911 call centers throughout the country. In Memphis in 2008, a dispatcher fell asleep during a call from a woman who was being robbed at gunpoint.
Yes.
Back in Maryland, finally, after 5 minutes, the dozing dispatcher awakens.
Put my hand on his.
Now, fortunately, the woman's husband did survive. These lengthy shifts, these 24-hour shifts, are actually quite normal and regulated by the local municipalities. Robin spoke to a third-generation firefighter in Chicago. He says they traditionally get breaks, which is when they're supposed to sleep during those 24-hour shifts.
During the break.
Supposed to, exactly.
Thank you, Paula.